Okay, third time's a charm because I screwed this up the first two times because I decided not to do any fancy camera work, but decided to use my phone and it ran out of space right in the middle of the first recording and the second. Ugh. So, I decided I would do an update video because somebody asked me on my YouTube because I mentioned how I made another pedal board, so they were interested. So, I'm going to make this quick because it's literally the same board, it's just I took some stuff off. Maybe I'll do a demo video later on if you are interested. I feel bad because I cannot remember the name of the person who asked, so therefore I feel like an ass. Alright, so let's get right into it so I don't have to do this again. Oh, by the way, ignore the wires because some of the pedals I'm going to talk about, not sure if they're going to be on the board because they were given to me and I'm just not sure if it's going to work out with my setup. So I'll tell you the main pedals that are on there and that are going to stay, so just ignore this wire mess everywhere. Alright, so first thing on the board that I'd like to point out is no, that is not an Altoids can turned into a pedal, as someone thought. I just thought that was hilarious. No, it is just a pick holder. I don't want to open it because I do not want to drop the phone on you guys, so just please take my word for it. Next, I still have my Crybaby, just my standard Crybaby. Had this thing forever, hasn't broken down on me, but eventually I would like to upgrade to possibly a John Petrucci wah, just because I like the sweep of that, and I just love his tone. Not the hugest fan, or the biggest fan, proper grammar, of him, but I do love his tone. I can't deny that his tone is fantastic. So I might get his wah or the Jerry Cantrell wah. Yeah, I just don't know. If I'm able to shoot those out and decide, then I will gladly do so. So for now, I still have my Crybaby. I still have my Digitech hardwired tuner. Again, I've had it forever. I think it's a fantastic tuner. I think it is brighter than any tuner that I've used. Except for probably some of the ones that have come out now. I haven't tried those because this hasn't broke on me, and I don't see a point to get another tuner until this one dies. Maybe get one for backup, but I mean, this thing is so robust that, you know, it still works after 6 or 7 years of stomping on it. So, yeah, it's fantastic. Still got the mute function plugged in because I like to tune silently because I don't have a volume pedal on here anymore. Next, I have, I had to think of this. I still have my OD808. There's just something about it I like better than my Tube Screamer. It's a little bit grittier, I think, a little bit meaner. And plus, so many people use it that I'm like, I don't get the big deal. So many people use it. Then I tried it. I bought it. Kept the receipt in case I didn't like it when I got home. And I see why they like it so much. I'm hooked on it. It just has that oomph, that spice, that there's something about the Tube Screamer that I just can't compare the two. This thing, I feel, does a much better job for my setup. Next, I'll get to that pedal and that pedal later. That's still been on there, but we'll talk about that later. Next is my DD7. I still have that. Still not getting rid of it. It's just a great, bread and butter delay. It's fantastic. Does a job. Eventually I'm going to get a expression tap so I can tap the tempo instead of having to have that on in the effects loop and stomp on it to turn it on or whatever. So eventually I'm going to get a tap tempo for that. But it's a great delay that is staying, as well as the 3 pedals that I just talked about, my wah, my tuner, and the overdrive. Those are staying. Next we'll get into these. So as you've seen in my last video, I have that on there. But my buddy recently let me borrow this, and if I like it, we'll make a deal with me. I might, just because, like I said, I love the tone of Petrucci, and he has a bit of chorus mixed in there. Steve Vai does. Joe Satriani does. It's just fantastic so far. However, I have the Steve Vai tone print on here, which is obviously reverb, because it's a reverb mini, and it's got chorus and delay on there. But the reason I might get rid of that is because if I'm using Steve Vai's setting, which I enjoy most out of all of them, doesn't really justify taking up the space if I have a chorus pedal on here, as well as having reverb on my amp. So I'm going to toss these two head to head, see which one I like better, and go from there. Because I'm using the ISO 5 and I don't like to daisy chain everything together. I'd rather have the 5 individuals, as you can see, because I like simplicity. I wasn't using everything on the board, so I just stripped it back to what I actually do use and keep it simple, rock and roll kind of thing. So, yeah, that's basically the board. So I probably will end up going with this just because I have reverb on my amp, and if I do, I'll just post a picture on Instagram rather than doing a whole video. So this is my new board. So, by the way, make sure you have a great power supply. I got the ISO 5 by Voodoo Labs. There's plenty of others out there, but make sure you have a true isolated power supply so you get the proper pedal power that you need for all your pedals, and there's no buzzing issues or anything like that. So, alright guys, see you later.